What's your name?
Julie.
Julie, okay. The first thing that Michael wants me to communicate to you is that you have got to trust your wisdom about things, that you know what's right for you. And lately there's been a lot of people trying to pull you in a lot of different directions. And he says, don't listen. You listen to what's in here. And that's the very reason that he wants to speak to you tonight, is that you've been too confused or too distracted by everybody else. And he's here to encourage you to keep trusting yourself and to keep listening to what's in your heart and following that in every single way. He is telling me that you've been noticing all the leaves, and he says it's time to turn over a new leaf. Turn over a new leaf for you. Have you been hanging up like new wreaths or putting up new decor and stuff? Yeah, he's been with you. And he says all the improvements you're making, they're all good and they're all right. He's telling me about having some new companionship for you too, that this is a time to really open yourself up to letting others accept you, but also you might have a new companion coming in. And I see animals, so I don't know if you've thought about, have you got a new dog? Not too, yeah. Have you considered either getting a dog or?
We have in the past,
Yeah, I think one will find its way to you.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty soon too. There's a March birthday or anniversary that he's mentioning connected to your family or connected to you.
There's several.
Yeah, and he's honoring those because he's a part of those. And do you have 2 children?
I do.
He's watching over both of them, and he's just honoring that his spirit is still connected with your family and always will be. There's a new, did you have to have a ring sized not too long ago, or where you had a ring that was?
It's loose.
Yeah. And you were noticing it or kind of fiddling around with it. Yeah. He says he's just advising you to take care of it so you don't lose it. Just a little tip there. It's a warning, actually.
Thank you.
Get the ring fixed. But that's what he says, Julie, I got your back. I got your back. He wants you to know he's always looking out for you. There's also a grandfather figure who's with you too. From your dad's side, have you lost your grandfather?
I have.
He is a guide. He just wants me to communicate to you that he loves you. And he's got a really strong presence, but in just a confident sort of way. He just wants you to have confidence in yourself that you can make changes in your life. And he says you're a great mom. He wants you to have more confidence in your ability and your abilities, your natural abilities as a mom. Let me go back just to Mike for a moment. There's an H as in Howard or a Helen who he's mentioning who's friends with you or who's connected to the family. And he says just to honor her, to reach out to her, because he's honoring her. So he says tell her hello from him. There's a connection with a fire station too. I don't know if you live close to a fire station.
My brother's a firefighter.
Yeah, he's confirming that. And he says again, tell your brother hello from him too. That would mean a lot if you would do that to him. Also, he shows me a connection to Florida or the beach, but it's the Gulf of Mexico. I don't know if you guys had gone down there or talked to her. Oh yeah, he gets to go first class. You guys are in coach. He's up there living large, so yeah, he says he's always guiding you and guarding over you. He also shows me nickels, not pennies, but nickels. So when you find a nickel, know that that's a sign from him, or that he's around. And he can leave other change too. But I don't know if you had been sorting through change and had found some nickels, not too. Yeah, and again, that's just a sign from him or another validation. He's so pleased that he got to talk with you. He says you think about him a lot. And he's just a really great guy, but to know that he's actually with you and you do hear him and you do sense him, he wants to just validate that for you and to let you know that it's real. There's a December birthday or anniversary too in the family. We have some in our family. Yeah, and again, he says he just keeps celebrating that. Somebody's hitting a milestone. Somebody may be 40 or 50 where there's like a milestone coming up.
Brothers.
Yeah. He says just to tell him he's with them. And they're getting old and he's not. And that makes him really, really happy. Very, very happy. There's a dog who's with him. I don't know if when you were younger, if you guys had a dog that had kind of a curled up tail, like a beagle or
Jacques or, yeah, Pickles, maybe Pickles.
Yeah.
That's our first dog.
He's with him, yeah. So he just shows me the dog where the tail curls up. And he says, they're all there. They're odorless dogs and they don't make messes either.
That's good.
It is good. It's very good.
Stinky.
There's a Steven who's here, someone with an S name.
Yeah.
And Mike says just tell him hello for him too, or from him too.
Well.
Yeah, he says.
Yes, that would be good.
You'll give him the creeps, but he says you got to tell Steve that Mike said hello. Okay. Yeah, he won't know what to think of it truly.
No, he won't.
But he says tell him because he says he wonders about Mike and kind of worries sometimes. Not, worry, but it just is on his heart and in his mind. So he says just tell him I love you and I send my love to you. There's also an N like Annie or Nancy who's connected with your family who he's mentioning. And I think she's someone from when you were younger. Either there was a friend Anne who was around the neighborhood or something like that. You'll remember her too. But he's honoring that connection too. He says the best is yet to come, but you just got to keep trusting yourself. There's an earring thing too. I don't know if you had taken your earrings out not too long ago, or you'd had like an infection because of some earrings you'd worn. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says that was a sign or it's a symbol that you don't listen to yourself. So he says just start listening to what you think is best and following what's right for you instead of listening to everybody else. Mm-hmm. So he says send my love to all the family.
I will do that.
Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Steffany.
You're welcome. Here you go.
Oh.